hey, if you need to be visible online, you understand that if you're not seen, then people who you can help cannot find you, and you are a little overwhelmed and unsure where to start, I want to share with you today a couple of lesser known facts that should help you move forward. And it's all about me, and this is things that maybe are not that obvious, maybe I don't talk about it very often, but today I want to highlight these things and helping that these things will help you. My name is Juliet Stapleton. I'm a Visibility That Sells strategist, and I started my business in 2012, but it was only in 2017 when I started building my personal brand. So here are the couple of things that I want to share with you. Number one, when I started building my personal brand, first of all, it was sort of from the place of desperation, because I was living in a place, very small place, not very aligned with me, and I worked with local businesses around me, and they were just not the correct people or correct businesses that would make me feel fulfilled in my business. And I felt trapped, because when you allow incorrect people into your life, and when we work with other businesses, we're still dealing with people, right? So the correctness of these people affects everything, not just your business, but your self-esteem, how how energetic you are. You always take this home, especially if you're running your own business. So I was in that very disempowered, out of control situation. And in 2017, I decided, because I had a kick in the butt with my husband getting a diagnosis of a very aggressive stage of cancer, but I decided that I'm going to focus on getting better clients, getting better opportunities. And the only way that I saw this happening was through the online medium, because I was trapped in a very small rural location. I really don't like commuting. And I also felt like if I go online, I have a much bigger pool of people to choose from. So I actually can attract people who are really, really aligned, not just with what I offer, but with who I am, which was very, very important. But when I started, and this is one of the first things, I had no clue what to do. I could help businesses behind the scenes, and I was already doing web design and digital marketing for e-commerce and small businesses, brick and mortar businesses, but I didn't know how can I build visibility for me as an expert, and for me as someone who helps others with information and services, but also mostly teaching and mentoring, because I wanted to be a coach, and I always had that calling to help others, to coach them through the limitations that they might see or obstacles that they feel like maybe they have in their way, and help them see the bigger picture. And sometimes my magic power is that I can see that bigger picture before they can, right? So this is where I wanted to embrace that, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to post strategically. I didn't know, how to convert people online. I really knew nothing. It was like an amnesia of anything that I could do for other businesses. When it came to me, this whole, insecurity, imposter syndrome, all these kind of things, they kicked in. But I have to be honest with you, and this is where I think it should help you, me sharing, is when you focus on a big dream, and my big dream was to take full control over my business, to be living in a life where I'm flexible, when I'm not stuck in an area that I don't like and that makes me feel very small and doesn't add to my life experience. I wanted to be flexible, I wanted to travel, I wanted to have like a flexible schedule that I could just, say, okay, I want to go for a coffee, and just go for a coffee, because it's possible. We are conditioned to think that this is not possible, that we have to work 24/7 to please our clients, but we don't. We can actually create a business around the lifestyle we want. And when you have that shift in your mindset, when you start building the business around the life you want, sooner you will see, or sooner rather than later, you will see that it's absolutely possible. And I promise you will feel guilty a little bit about it, but then you'll get used to it, and you will feel that you deserve this because you made a decision to do whatever it takes, and that whatever it takes forms as you go. In fact, I'm sharing all the strategies that did make a difference and helped me position myself as a visibility strategist. And so in 3 years, I have clients and students all over the world, right? More than 30 countries. I've been featured in Forbes. I'm a contributing writer for Entrepreneur.com, for Influensive, Addicted to Success. I have a great, recognized brand. But that was all possible through these very simple connection and visibility strategies that even if you're an introvert, and trust me, you might not think so, but when the camera is off, I am very, very introverted person. So, you know, if you're like this, you're a bit shy, you can still achieve what I have achieved and I can share with you. And I share that inside my Ultimate Visibility Kit. So I'm going to pop a link in the comments of this video so you can grab that. The second thing that I want to share today, and again, it's something that lesser known about me, is that the biggest breakthrough in my online visibility happened not just when I became active, but when I started focusing on my status. Because people judge the book by its cover. We know that, right? It's a saying, but those kind of sayings are here for a reason, because that's how our human nature is. So if my neighbor is really talented at something, you know, but I only see them, you know, when I get out of my apartment and I just know them as my neighbor, I'm not going to rush to invest $5,000 with them. But if I follow someone online who is constantly sharing with me some, you know, expert information, who is appearing on stages, or maybe he's just, or she, I can see them being interviewed on podcasts and different shows, and, you know, their opinion is quoted. So they have a status. That's who I want to invest. That's who I believe will help me. And maybe my neighbor will do a better job, but I don't know that, because they don't have a status in my mind like this expert has. And truly, I'm not special. I'm definitely not a special person. I'm a really ordinary woman who just decided that there is a way for me to stand out. And by focusing on creating that status and using the credibility markers to instantly give the impression of somebody with a status, even if somebody doesn't know me and they just come across my Facebook profile or my website, there are certain ways that you can do. And when I started focusing on these credibility markers, on building that shiny cover, everything has changed, because the perception of my brand has changed. Right? So that's another clue for you. And I take my clients through these processes. So this is something, if you want to focus on that, reach out and we can talk how we can work together. And the last thing today, I want to say, I am a walking proof of the law of attraction in action, right? Because 3 years ago, when my husband got sick, and obviously I couldn't do anything to remove cancer from his body. This is not about like and win. So 3 years ago, I decided to focus on the life of our dreams. I wrote a list of all the things that we wanted. You know, we wanted to live in a different place. And I wrote a list, and we sat together and we spoke about what things do we want. You know, what do we want? Two little tiny details, like we want to have a promenade by the sea that we can walk for hours, or we want to have some sort of like electronic music scene, or some chill out lounges that we can go and chill out, because we really like that kind of environment for our going out, right? And food culture and just really cultured place and a lot of history around. We wanted to have that in our lives. And even though at that stage it was completely impossible to believe that it is possible, right? And we didn't even know where it was, just because we made that decision. And instead of focusing and being miserable and focusing on cancer, we focused on that dream. I focused on building my visibility, because that was the only way I could see that I could at least start finding that place, or finding the opportunity to financially support that kind of lifestyle. And literally within 3 years, things that happened in my life through constantly being visible, I didn't know how it's going to happen, right? The how I left to the universe, and that's what law of attraction asks you to do. But I took inspired action all the time. And yes, sometimes maybe I failed. I don't believe in failure, because, you know, if you come up and there's a wall, that's not a failure. There is right or left. You can just choose your direction, right? So there's no such thing as failure, and I've changed my direction many a time. I took a lot of U-turns. So, you know, the path to success is not A to B. It's kind of like this, but you get there. And what happened in my own personal life is nothing short of a miracle, because if somebody said to me 3 years ago that I will be living right now in an amazing place that fits all the boxes, that instantly elevated and upgraded my life. My husband has recovered and his life is upgraded. My daughter has her education paid off, and you know, we've paid a huge debt that was keeping us in the place that we were trapped in. And so many things happened, but it only happened because of that decision. And as I said, I'm not a special person. I have a lot of resistance. I have a lot of insecurities. I'm shy. I don't like networking. And in spite of all those things, I was still able to create that life that I was dreaming about only 3 years ago. It's very little time in the lifespan of a life. 3 years, life of my dreams. I am now supposed to create new dreams, right? So what I want to say to you is that even if you're unsure, even if you don't know what exactly you need to do, I can help you with that. If you focus on the life of your dream, get yourself a vision board, write lists, focus on that life, and every day try and take action. Don't overthink if it's the right action, the wrong action, because you know what? You can always correct your course. And even if there was something wrong that you did, you will learn that this is not for you. So overall, it's a fantastic experience. And if you need strategies and if you need help, reach out or check out the Ultimate Visibility Kit, and I'll put the link below. Thank you so much for listening to me today. If you appreciate this video, click share. Let me know where you're watching from. I would love to connect to you and say hi. My name is Juliet Stapleton. I'm a visibility that sells strategies, and these were 3 lesser known facts about me. Thank you for watching.